Well, good morning. I hope you're doing well. We are back with Miss Medrill, and the last time we left off, she had been told by Wadu's father to go kill some Dunlanders. Some evil Dunlanders, not just any. Hello, leave us be Devodiad. Okay. Y'all don't seem to have anything for me to do anyway. That's not. That's a half orc. That's a half orc. That's a warg. That's a bull. Amazing I've managed to pass up most of this stuff so far. And grab some of that. It's actually pretty useful. Little bits of stuff she's been gathering have been helping out Marcelin.
We have little time to speak, or little to speak of.
All right, so since we have to kill bad guys, we might as well take that quest. Let's start killing enemy soldiers, shall we? Now, it literally does not tell you when you've killed enough. You just kill as many as you want, and then go back and talk to the father. I'm not even sure there is a minimum amount you have to kill. Although, to be fair, I like to kill a few. I don't want to just kill one and go, okay, I killed some soldiers. It just doesn't seem like it's a fair exchange. What do you think? Of course, to be perfectly fair, you'd think all the ones you've already killed would count, but apparently not. Alright, we need some more sentries. Let's try not to kill the sheep. It's not their fault, they're there. Okay, I think we have defeated 6 sentries, but I'm gonna kill this guy just to be sure. Alright, while I'm waiting for the scroll to catch up, we definitely defeated 5. I'm pretty sure we defeated 6. And then probably a couple more than that. Alright, so we want to go to the other one. Do the same thing. Turn that in. Get our little bit of rep with the Algreg. Then we can go talk to Suvulch. That mob looks like it's sitting. I know it's crouched, but it looks like it's like half sitting. Oh, I'll take that. Y'all don't have any use for it, do you? Even so, if you do, you're still dead anyway. I just realized this is a really good time of day to be able to see over there. So there's almost appears that, yeah, it was dwarven. But you see all these bits of ruins lining it with what appears to be straw blankets or walls. That's the giants turning those into homes. And you do realize if you can see the fire from here, it's a pretty big fire. Because, well, giants use pretty big fires. Okay, one more. There we go. So we've gotten all that done. Granu will be very happy. Suvulch will have to be satisfied that we killed a number of his enemy. Because I think that's good enough. And there are the Dragluth. I believe they're Dragon Clan. Oh, because that's Gorn, I'll take that. Oh, I almost got away with it. Not quite. I got one on my butt. There's the big question. Is he going to stop chasing me before I get to the camp or not? Yeah, it looks like he will. All right, Gornu.
What have we to say to each other, Devodiad?
Oh, well, how about please and thank you? That would be a good thing to say. And now we head back to Lanuk. Yeah, I should take a look at what all the deeds are. And see how much of it is actually feasible for me to do. Considering I don't think I'm going to be able to do every single deed and quest here. At least not in any decent time frame. Nice, or you have not moved from that spot.
How many hostile Dunlendings have you slain?
Suvulch listens to your count and nods. My count is higher, but not by a great deal. You did very well. It does not matter who is the victor, for we have done this in memory of my son. let his enemies rue the day they slew him from ambush and caused us to notice the stink of them. Shortly after I returned from battle, one of your rangers spoke to me. He said his name was Radanir, and he wanted to speak with you. You should find him and see what he wants of you. He said he would be at the Devodiad camp among the trees to the east of my village. Thank you for the competition, Medriel. It is not enough to answer for my son's life, maybe, but it is something. Well, I think he is taking his son's death to heart. And now, we have to go talk to Radnir. I guess I have a whole ton of junk to sell off, but that'll wait. And Radnir is over at the camp. I don't know how abandoned it is if they keep using it. No, I don't want to travel to the objective. Brief. Right here.
There you are. I've been looking everywhere for you.
There you are. I have been looking everywhere for you. We have received another letter from Ergothorn. I left it on that crate there. If he speaks the truth, we have little time to waste. Read the letter on the crate. To the Rangers, I do not have much time to write this. I beg you to move with all possible haste. A group of Uruks have come out of Dunland, but instead of passing further north as others have done, these have begun to climb into Thor's Coombe. I fear they have orders involving the dwarves that still live there, especially the one called Nor. You must defend this dwarf from the Uruks. He knows much that, told to the wrong person, could be hurtful to your errand. Ergothorn. Okay.
If these Uruks sees Na, he could tell them of our errand.
If we can believe the words of Ergothorn, a party of Uruks marches towards Zudrugund. If they seize Nor, he could tell them of our errand. Or he could tell them nonsense. But I think we have no choice, Medriel. We have to do something in case Ergothorn is right.
We have to leave at once.
We have to leave at once if we are to have any hope of arriving in time to face the Uruks, Medriel. We may already be too late. Let me know if you are ready. And it says this quest is meant for fellowship. If you choose to undertake the quest solo, you will receive an inspired greatness bonus, but the challenge will be great. Well, we are going to go ahead and do it solo.
We will travel to Zudrugund together, and at once.
All right, let's go.
Once more we put our trust in Ergothorn and travel with utmost haste to Zudrugund. Will we find there a band of Uruks, as he says, or a time-wasting detour?
We are here, and not much behind the Uruks, if that is their foul stench I sense on the air. The other rangers who came with us will approach from the other slope, and we will rejoin them when they have scouted the heights. For now, let us continue and defeat whatever Uruks have stayed behind to defend their way back down the mountain. If these Uruks are like the others I've seen, some will be stationed between us and the summit. Like these guys here? Yep, I see them. Alright. And yes, you can fall off the mountain and die in an instant, though. Don't want to do that. Oh, hello. That is all of them. Make your way further up the mountain and find Candave. So you're just gonna stay here? Right, which way are we going? Ah, okay. We do have to go this way. Down to go up. Oh, hello, gentlemen. How are you? What do you think the boss wants with him? It doesn't matter what I think. Boss wants him, boss gets him. It's enough for... Okay, if it's enough for you, it's enough for me. So they don't even know why they're after the the dwarf. They just know that they are supposed to get him. Oh, hello, Candide. There are Uruks further up the mountain. I have heard some of their talk, and they call themselves the Grishguk. Their leader is called Nerzumgrat, and it sounds like he has come to the summit. We must fight through these Uruks, Medriel. Alright, Candace. I love how they just, like, spawn right on top of us. There's a great troll ahead. Keep climbing the path and defeat it. What, you're not coming with me? You can, Dave. But you enjoyed a good fight. There it is. You have defeated the defender of the span. That did it. The bridge is ours. Well, y'all coming up with me, or are y'all just gonna stand there with your fingers up your... And there's Calenglad, who has apparently gotten further than the rest of them. So the troll must have showed up after. Medriel, this way. The Uruks are at the summit. We have to do something, and quickly. Alright, come on. Unless you want the same as that Fool Ranger, you'll tell me where Nar is. I told you, I don't know where he is. And if I did, I wouldn't tell you. Oh, more Rangers to slay. What a pleasing day this has become. How about... maybe not? It says here that Calenglad must not be defeated. What is this commotion? Uruks, Nar. Uruks? Let me get my axe. He's got enough of his senses left to know that Uruk means bad guy. So that's kind of... If this is to be my end, I will finish as many of you rats as I can. Huh. Haha, I am ready. It is over. But what of Coronir? I am fine. I've merely winded. I am glad you arrived when you did. Alright. Ha, that is how you slay an Uruk? But where's Thrain? He would want the honor of defeating the leader of this band, and it was wrong of us to deprive him of it. Well, he still doesn't remember where, when he is. But at least he remembers who he is and what he is. Talk to Coronir in Zudrugund. And where are you, dear? So that has got to be King Thrain.
Once again, Ergothorn has saved us a great deal of trouble.
I'm pleased that you came to the defense of Zudrugund, Medriel. Once again, Ergothorn has saved us a great deal of trouble. Why do I not feel more relieved by this?
Before the attack, Nar became very agitated, and no words would calm him.
Before the attack, Nor became very excited, and no amount of calming words from Frithagir could settle him. He moved from shelf to shelf in a certain section of the library, and in his agitated state, I could not even get his attention. I will point out to you the shelves. Perhaps this time you will find some relevant information that will help us get to the bottom of our mysterious dwarf. The shelves are on the upper level on the north side of the library. Alright. This was where I headed the first time. I mean, I knew we had to go up to this part of the library. I just went up at the wrong time. So we got some untidy bookshelves. Are we going to find anything useful? You have found some pages which have been hastily torn from a larger volume, perhaps a diary or record of old events, and seem to be only a few years old. Surprisingly cold for March. Our friend the ranger came by again today, and we spoke for a time about the situation in the north. His chief is on some errand to Mirkwood, but it seems to me that Tugon knows little of it as well. Nor has been in high spirits lately. I think he likes receiving visitors, though he does not always recognize them for who they are. Still, it seems to me he enjoys the company. He does spend a great deal of time in the mine. I only accompany him occasionally, but there are only so many times I can see Thor's stone house standing empty before the melancholy is too much. Nor sees it as it was, I think, so I am content to let him visit it by himself. These periods give me time to write in my book, which is fine by this door. I think tomorrow I will walk down to the coombe and see about picking more of the herbs I have read about. Perhaps I will make that brew after all. It will be nice to have Nor to talk to again. It's actually kind of sad. Alright, next one. You found a stack of loose papers yellowed with age, which seemed to have been placed back onto the shelf randomly, with no regard for keeping them in order. And in the last month, a great number of the supports have fallen, giving rise to much concern among the dwarves who have stalls in Ziggle-Jabal. A dozen of our stonemasons were directed to repair the supports, and trade should resume shortly. With these stonemasons went several wagons of material, chiefly unearthed stone, but also a number of fine gems, a gift to the dwarves at Ketchel. We will see how hotly burn their forges, and if they can work the gemstones into their craft as well as we are able. Judging from the state of the next few pages, it is even older, and only a few words can still be read. Time we lost one of our own to the forbidden halls. They should seal it away and forget it was ever delved. That's kind of random and a little mysterious. So, it's like something, a book that was used as a ledger, but somebody used extra pages in it later on. Something like that. Okay, last one. You found a book of which the cover is missing, as are many of the pages, but it has been recently read and was clearly put back carelessly. But the beast returned that night, and the walls all around shook with the sound of its fury. The doors were barred, but the bars bent with each mighty crash of the creature's bulk, and cracks began to appear along their length. "We must return its youngling," cried Salor over the din, and he leapt forward, knocking aside the warriors that braced the door with their bodies. The first bar gone, and then the second. "No, Salor," they shouted, but it was too late. The third bar fell to the floor, and Salor threw open the door. Old Stonetooth was through the doorway in second. Salor was trampled underfoot, along with many good dwarves that spoke against the capture of Pebbleworth. It availed them nothing in the end. Stonetooth thundered down the length of the hall, braying for her young, and then an answering bleat. It drew her down side passages and steep stairways, the flagstones cracking beneath her great weight. The dwarfs freed Pebblewort from his cage, and many of them ran. Those that witnessed the reunion of mother and child did not survive to tell of it. But the next day, when the dwarfs ventured back to those broken halls, all was empty. Old Stonetooth and Pebblewort were never seen in those caves again, and none know where they went. But it is still said today, when the earth shakes, that Pebblewort is running beneath the mountains, expressing joy at his freedom, carving great channels in the walls of the deepest caves with his golden horn. So, I guess we caught the tail end of a fable, a legend. It's actually pretty nice writing. So let's go talk to Nar. Why do I get the feeling we're not going to get any further with him than we have? Oh, we can ask him questions. Old Stonetooth and Pebblewort?
What made you think I would be interested in myths and fairy stories?
What are you saying to me? I do not have time to listen to legends, friend. There's work to be done. What made you think I would be interested in myths and fairy stories? But I thought... What can you tell me about Tugon?
Tugon? He is a ranger, you know. He comes to visit us from time to time.
Tugon, he's a ranger, you know. He comes to visit us from time to time. Talk to Frithgear when he talks, which is seldom. He does not eat with us, which I found curious. I have not seen him lately. Herban, have you seen Tugon lately? Herban. Nor sighs and strokes his beard. Has Herban met Tugon? I can't say I remember. I think he must have, but I cannot picture it. That is strange. Why do you ask about Tugon? Not many rangers in these lands. Is that so? What were you reading about Zigil Jabal?
What's that? They have need of more stonemasons at Zigil Jabal?
What's that? They have need of more stonemasons at Zigil Jabal. It seems every week they ask for more. Nor shakes his head and his face is suddenly mournful. There are few enough stonemasons here to repair our own hold. I cannot remember the last time I saw one. The last time... Nor's brow furrows in thought, and he speaks no more. I'm sorry. So, there are points where he's just the tiniest bit lucid still. But they bring him great sorrow, which I think is part of the reason why he is the way he is. Yes, he's very old. He's losing his facilities. He's got dementia. But at the same time, I think part of it is literally his own mind protecting him from all the sorrow of pretty much losing everybody he knew.
Oh, that was quite a battle, was it not?
That was quite a battle, was it not? Ah, it has been a long time since Uruks dared to show their faces here. I must tell Thror when he comes back. Well, did not get a lot of information from Nar, but we did get something about a ranger that's been coming to visit them.
I do not know what interest Nar could have in these topics.
I do not know what interest Nor could have in these variety of topics, Medriel. A list of repairs at a dwarf hold in the White Mountains, a page from Frithgear's journal, and the story of some beast likely more tale than true. I can think of no common thread to tie these together, just as I could not the last time he tried to make sense of the dwarf's curious behavior. Return to Halberd and tell him that, for now, Zudrugund is safe from the Uruks. We should be able to find him among the huts on the western side of Lanuk. You did not hear a word, did you? He talking about being visited by some ranger. That did not strike you as in at least a little bit odd or strange, or obviously that's not going to help me. Okay, so I'm going to head back to Lanuk, and next time we will continue the story. But until then, bye for now.